I'll be teaching us how to increase our image from post-production from 1K resolution to about 8K resolution. So let's get started. So this was the original image gotten from the render. This is exactly, and see it's a 726 kilobyte image gotten from the render, and this is the quality. So now, before you get started, go to your edit on Photoshop, preference, then go to technological or technology previews rather. So allow it to pop up. It takes a bit of time. Okay, now it's up. So under technology, turn on enable preserve details 2.0 up scale. Now, for a default Photoshop that you've never touched this particular section of Photoshop, it will be off. So you turn it on here, turn it on, press OK, and now we go to our images. Under images, go to image size, then so this is the actual resolution of the image. Now, if you don't have your unit in pixels, try to change it to pixels. If you have using centimeter, millimeter, and co, just change it to pixels. Make sure it's in pixels. This is the size of the image, 1080 by 1080, and the resolution is 72 dpi. So now, before you change this resolution, make sure you tick resample, turn it on, and select the preserve details 2.0 that we went to select the other time. Select it, and this noise reduction is dependent on the what's it called, your own preference. Now on this, you can set it to the range of 0 to whatever. It depends on if your image already has a noise, or when you start seeing that you have wrinkles on your image, then you can make uh, adjustment to the slider on the reduce noise. So now let's change the resolution. I'll take it to 300. Let's see what's going to happen from 72 to 300. Still loading. Now the quality is becoming defined, as you can see. So we're on 300. That's about 4K image right now. That's about 4K image. And as you can see, the noise is becoming so much. We can drop the noise from 14. Can drop it down to about let's see if you're going to see anything. It's still loading. Okay, I think this is about half of it. So you can still go up, you can still scale up depending on what you want. If you scale up to 600, that is us having an 8K image resolution there, and this is the 8K image resolution. Yeah, can you see we still having, but I'll stick with this to a 4K because I want this image to be 4K. I don't want it to start lagging on phones when I send it to phones. So can you see it's a bit blurring out? You reduce the noise depending on what you want. Just try and take the noise off entirely. So let's just stick with it at 300 resolution, a 4K image. And I'll take the reduce noise about, let's see it about 5. And boom, after selecting OK, we have to give it time to load all the filters that have been added to the scene. Yours might not have any filter on your layout tab, but don't mind. I've been working on this post-production. That's why you have all of these filters and all of that. So, but this tutorial I just focus on increasing the quality from one particular resolution to a higher resolution, which I just did here. So let's give it time to load up. So after loading up, the next thing we are going to do is to add a high pass on it, because some part of our images are blurred out already. So we need to add high pass on it. So to do that, let's max all this layer into one. So maxing all the layer into one, hold on, Ctrl Shift Alt E. Then from there we can go to filter, others, then we go to IPass. That the IPass will define the edges of the image, which definitely a 4K image should have defined edges and beautiful edges and not blurred out edges, which is what we're going to do here. So you adjust this depending on your preference. Again, there is no particular value. Don't stick with a value. Test it according to what you want, what you prefer, but don't overdo it. Now we have about one is not cool. Let's say two is too little. Three is coming out a bit. Let's see about 4. Let's do 3.5. 3.5. If you don't mind, whatever value you use, you can still try to make it reduce with opacity. Now let's look at 3.3. I think 3.3 is fine. We click OK, and this is what we have on the IPass. Now I'm gonna change the blending mode for the IPass, which is I'll leave the IPass on. Let's leave the IPass on overlay. Now this is with and without the IPass. You can see a bit of difference. Move with and without the IPass. With the IPass, let me zoom in, and without the IPass, as you can see. So with the IPass, you can also increase the IPass by just, you can reduce it one by reducing the opacity if you have too much on it, and you can also increase it by just duplicating the layer of the IPass. By duplicate, we have the IPass increased. You can duplicate again, we have the IPass increased. As you can see, the IPass is increase. So that. Then we can go to our export and export in piece. So export as, then we can see our image well defined. This is the image that was on 726 kilobyte at 5.2 megabyte on a medium scale quality. Now let's take it to the highest scale quality. Now this is the highest scale quality. Let's see how much it's going to generate for us. Okay, it's loading. Let's check this. 14.3 megabyte image size. I have to be honest with you. This is a very wonderful turnaround, like a breakthrough. So export, and we have to compare this with the original one. So let's call it let's see, untitled JPEG. Okay, I just opened the two images on different tab in Photoshop. So let's see how they actually relate now. Okay, this was the old image that was 726, and this is the new one that is actually 14.3 megabytes. So from here, I just drag and drop and see the difference. Wow, this is huge. This is huge. Even when we try to zoom in, we see something very different. Can you see? This image is just nothing compared to what we have currently that is well detailed. Boom. So now you can render a very low quality or a low resolution on your 3ds Max, V-Ray, or whatsoever, and it will be very fast. You don't need to bother about it's a low quality, I won't like the output, because your render will come out fast and you can touch it up in post-production on Photoshop. Okay, see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.